how about we go ahead and get into these picks? So shout out to the chat. It looks like so far the Broncos are up 13-0 at the moment. So I don't know what the deal is with that game, to be truthful.
And that's your boy. That's your boy from That's your boy from Spencer Rattler.
Oh, look, hey, Spencer, he a rookie. He'll get it. Shout out Spencer Rattler. He'll get it.
Maybe the Broncos have the momentum to pull this off because
they're gonna win.
I thought the Saints were gonna come in.
Nah, I ain't think so. It was quarterback play. And I ain't mean to cut y'all. Underlying message. Peyton wasn't gonna lose his game because you remember, the Saints and Saints organizations, Saints fans, they kind of like a little pissed off with him because they like, hey, you maxed the credit card out and you bounced because he didn't want to. He retired and then come back a year later, you are coaching again. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why they salary cap strapped right now because of everything what he did before he left. So ego wise, Peyton was gonna come up in here and lose, especially to Spencer Rattler. No, this is a statement game. Their defense, on top of that, which nobody hardly talking about it, is up in the top 10 as well. So Broncos defense is a beast. That's it.
Cool. Yeah. So in regards to the Broncos, you think they're going to pull it off tonight?
Yeah, I do.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and start to get into the game Sunday. It looks like there's going to be another 9:30 game with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I assume they are going to be in London.
Oh, boy. I just saw who they're playing.
Yeah,
I'm not even getting up.
What, the Patriots?
I'm not even getting up.
Both
1 and 5. That's going to be I'll say Jacksonville just strictly because of the quarterback. Drake May second start.
I'm going with New England because of Drake May.
Yeah, I see Jacksonville doing it right now. I think they're going to change. I think they're going to move Jacksonville out to London.
Well,
this is their second week playing in London.
Oh, they play at Thursday games. They own the takes. He loves it out there. He makes most of his money out there anyway.
Oh yeah, look for Jacksonville Jaguars and be moving to London. What are they going to be called when they move to the UK?
The UK Jaguars.
The London Jaguars.
Are there Jaguars in the UK?
I don't know. But I don't know.
There's no Lakers. There's no lakes in Los Angeles. Are there lakes in Los Angeles?
No. There's lakes in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not in Los Angeles County. You probably
okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. But they're the Lakers.
Yeah.
That's because they came from Minnesota.
Right, correct.
So, yeah, there doesn't have to be a Jaguar in the UK for the Jaguars to move to the UK.
Boy, do you know if they move the NFL franchise to the UK, how much money that thing would make?
The problem would be is
West Coast teams.
That and traveling.
Oh yeah, the travel. But I'm just saying, if they moved a NFL team to, oh my Jesus, that money would be crazy.
I think it'll cost hella more to buy the team, run it. Just the simple fact you're overseas. Then on top of that, it's a disadvantage for you because how many of them games you going to come to the United States?
Look, I mean, and our fan bases are wild, but we don't want that. No, we don't want that fan. That is like, and shout out to soccer fans.
No, the worst thing they can do is bring that energy to America.
Soccer fans are, they're different.
And then
they are different.
But if they football fans, they got to come to America.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't get too rowdy in London if you plan on coming to America.
I don't know if we need that type of energy.
The problem is the logistic part, and then like I said, outside the logistic part, the money, because you're talking about the American dollar versus the euro. The value would be way different. So to keep it all up under the same monetary system, it has to be an American team. They'll just entertain like we just send our teams to y'all country and have a game over there. That's it.
But yeah, I see that happening sooner than later. Nobody's really fucking with the Jaguars actually in Jacksonville.
So. Well, as far as him, yes, because I can see him doing that. But again,
I mean, basically, how many games are they playing from Europe?
I don't know.
That's basically
That's
basically half an NFL schedule, isn't it?
They did one in Brazil, in
all these
Mexico.
overseas games.
But
That's basically a half a schedule for the NFL. So
Brazil.
I could see a team being.
the first game was in Brazil.
I can see a team being in Europe.
But see, like I said, the problem is going to be on that. It's taxes. Outside of taxes,
Travel.
the travel, and outside of travel, you're going how you pay your players, because the money value might be higher than it is $1 over here. You feel what I'm saying? So contractual wise, for an owner standpoint, it's going to be way different. So I don't see that happening. I see the most it will happen is they just entertain, keep taking the games overseas like that. That's it.
And they're always sold out. It don't matter who playing. Like if you ever woke up to watch one of these games are sold out.
So that's the reason why I said that'll probably be the farthest it'll go.
Yeah. God, imagine being in America your whole life and getting drafted by the
UK Jaguars. Right.
That experience.
And you were raised in a black household, so you got to go across seas where there's no seasoning.
Right.
And like I said, I don't want to, because I love soccer. I love soccer.
Don't you know?
But
Mama
boy,
will be
them
wanting more
hooligans,
money?
boy, whoo.
Again, I ain't worried about the hooligans,
Right.
especially if they come into America.
Right. It is
That
one.
ass beat one good time. They gonna be in America where there's plenty of guns. You know them UK gonna be on their best behavior. They gonna assume everybody got a gun. Ooh. I didn't want it. Please no. That's how they gonna be in America. Okay, let's move on to the next game because I chose Jacksonville. You got Jacksonville, Branson.
I got
New England.
Yeah, I took New England.
Okay, so next we have Seattle at the Falcons in Atlanta.
They got Seattle on a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, Seattle
They started hot.
And
They started
Atlanta,
4-2.
Atlanta's starting to click too.
They started
I
hot.
like
Seattle
Atlanta.
was hot.
I like Atlanta in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Atlanta just because Seattle is coming in with low momentum.
The two divisions.
They lost to the Giants.
and they got blown out by 49ers.
Yeah, your morale has got to be low as a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Give me the Seahawks. They got to turn it around.
God.
And they're not a bad team.
I
They're
didn't
not
say
a
that.
bad
It's just
team.
momentum.
And we just say Atlanta momentum is going up and
Yeah.
Seattle's is
I'm
going
choosing
down.
the Falcons.
Hold on. Did it?
They just won last week, and
beat
they would have
the
won.
Buccaneers, right?
Yes.
Right. And they would have won. They would have won
I think-
before that. It was like at least 2 games. They could have been like 5-1 type
I
shit.
think this, like, beating, like, they did beat the Buccaneers. Well, I'm still going Seattle. I'm running with the Hawks.
Okay. Well,
like
the Hawks
Seattle.
it is. You said the Hawks and they hit the Falcons.
No, I'm going.
Oh,
He going
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Okay. See, my brain farted. I heard them playing the Hawks.
No, I'm going to see.
Okay, cool. All right, next game is going to be the Tennessee Titans 1-4 at the Buffalo Bills 4-2.
Bills.
Bills, as if that's
I just said Will Levis garbage ass.
trash ass Will Levis.
I don't even think that, like, I just think that Buffalo is getting ready to go ahead and start showing that they're getting ready to be on a playoff run, especially with you just acquiring Amari Cooper. I think that they're getting ready to show, because we're getting ready to show New York that it's serious. Like, we're not going nowhere. We're getting ready to show the Jets we're not going nowhere, and it's going to be a dogfight.
Cool. Okay, next game we have the battle in Ohio. It's going to be the Cincinnati Bengals 2-4 against the Cleveland Browns. 1-5.
Cincinnati.
They're going to give the Browns their chili before the game.
Cleveland is just a sad franchise.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson
Cleveland-
is guaranteed money.
This man has pulled off one of the heights of the century.
Of course.
Okay, I do hype up my Eagles a lot, but watching Cleveland last week and watching them the past couple of weeks, you're just like, if it's not for my boy Myles Garrett, Cleveland don't even score last week against us. He blocked a field goal. That they scored a touch. Cleveland couldn't even get down there to score a touchdown. Cleveland's a sad franchise right now.
Well, they are in Cleveland.
I expect Joe Burrow to have a big game.
Yes. Okay, so I am picking Cincy.
Yeah.
All right. So after that, we are going to have the 5-1 Houston Texans at the 4-2 Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. Texans.
I like Green Bay.
I'm going with the Texans.
Texas don't have IR.
Nico
The
Collins.
Texans are, they're missing.
Defense, though.
Nico Collins.
This is it's an even match, but I'm gonna go with the home team.
Yeah, they do have momentum for being home, but I'm still gonna go with the Texans based on the record. So it's on you, Brandon.
I'm going with the Texans
All right.
because CJ Stroud. Even though Jordan Love
balling.
Yeah.
Balling.
Okay. Cool.
if
All right.
Stephon Diggs is like that,
Mm-hmm.
because Nico Collins,
He's
even
like
though he the dude,
Like that.
Stephon Diggs supposed to be like that.
Right. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So next after that, we have 2-3 Miami Dolphins at the 3-3 Indianapolis Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, I got to give it to the Colts on this one. Miami has gone down. Oh yeah, and Tua comes back next week, right?
Yep.
Allegedly.
Eligible.
I'm going with the Colts.
Okay.
Colts for the sweet.
Cool. All right. So after the game there, we are going to have the game of the week, the 4-1 Detroit Lions at the 5-0, the only undefeated team in the league, the 5-0 Minnesota Vikings.
Didn't have that on my bingo card
Vikings.
this year.
I
Did not
wasn't
have the
surprised.
Vikings on my. I'm surprised the Vikings are
Expecting them to be
undefeated.
bad. I just wasn't expecting.
Wasn't
them to
expecting
be
them to-
undefeated.
You wasn't expecting
no,
Donaldson to play as good as he
I'm
has.
expecting them to be. They're 5-1 right now.
Who fought? They 5-0.
No, they're undefeated. They're 5-0. They're the only
I'm expecting
undefeated
them
team.
to honestly be 2-3, 3-2 about now.
I didn't think so.
I
They
would have
had-
expected them to have at least one loss.
I didn't
Sam
think so.
Darnold, I was
He
not
was a wild-
expecting
he-
him to
thank you.
have this season he's having up to this
Okay,
point.
so this goes back to head coaching, and they have an alpha receiver. You know what I'm saying? So, and that just goes to show how bad the Jets organization is, because two of their quarterbacks they drafted is Geno and Donaldson doing their thing somewhere else. Also shows how bad Carolina is too.
Yeah.
'Cause he was there, and Baker Mayfield was there.
Carolina's bad, man. I can't deny that. Okay, so
Ain't no way Detroit beat them like they beat
I'm
Dallas.
going with Minnesota.
okay, I'm going with the Vikings as well. What are you?
I'm going with Detroit. After they beat Dallas the way they did,
Yeah,
I feel that
you
wanna
Detroit
be-
is. I
just-
feel that Detroit is really on a hot streak right now, and I'm going with the Lions.
How they on the hot? Okay.
How they on a hot streak? They just won 47
I'm sorry,
to 9.
bro. I took it back.
They ran
man.
a hook and lateral to
I
the
took it
guard.
back. I took
Boy,
it back.
Stop. Like,
Bro, we got third and practice squad guys up there. That's why depth means something in NFL. We are a top heavy team. That just shows that though our depth is
got the
weak.
Lions.
But let's keep it moving.
I got the line.
Okay, so I'm going with the Vikings. He's going
I
with the
swear to God,
Vikings.
y'all better not lose, boy.
Okay.
Drag your ass.
Next up, we have the
Well,
3-2
y'all.
Eagles at the 2-4 Giants.
Giants.
Go Birds.
Giants.
Bro, you be doing the emotional voting. That's
No.
why you be losing all the time.
Who? How so? When I'm 11-2, they ain't emotional.
Yeah. You
That ain't
just go
emotional.
for teams
Now,
you don't like.
you-
I just said last week I'm gonna die on my team. So I'm gonna let that hang out
Your
there.
football knowledge for you. Now Malik Neighbors is hurt. You said
No,
he's
he's
the
playing.
only. No, he's hurt. You said he's the
So
only
he's out.
weapon they got.
If he's
And
out,
you jumped to
If
the
he's
Giants
out,
bill.
no. First of all, you said he's out. When I looked at the reports earlier, they were saying there's a possibility he can play. So he can possibly a game time
So
decision.
you went on
If
a
he-
possibility he's
No, because they you know how they do reports now. They wait till the day of the game and make a game time decision. So let me say this, then.
Devious.
I'm
When he
going to
answered it,
hedge.
he was- he
I'm
gave
going
that-
to hedge my bet. If Neighbors
Oh,
are in, I'm going with the Giants. If Neighbors is a game time decision and he's not playing, then the Eagles. All right, there we go.
Cool. I'm
Duh.
gonna have to go with. I'll go with the Eagles.
Like you think the Giants have a fight? Like they're going to. It's going to be a tough game. All divisional games are tough. All divisional
Okay,
games
yeah,
are
all right.
tough. Bro, you're coming
saved
off 47
yourself.
and
You
9,
saved
man.
yourself.
You can't really.
I
debate
can.
us right now.
I can because both the games y'all won, bro. It was one play from y'all
Are
losing
y'all
both
giving up
of them.
40 this week on the bye week?
We on a bye week, dog.
It's possible.
We on a bye week.
Okay.
Don't let Sirianni get fired.
My coach
He on the hot
good.
seat.
You worried about my
Your
coach?
my coach is gone.
Okay.
I've been wanting him gone 2 years ago.
My coach good.
Your
He's
coach
fine.
isn't good. He's not
fine.
good. He's
Yes,
not
he is.
good. He's not good when he argued
He's
it.
good because he has a Super Bowl appearance.
You can't appearance.
He has an appearance.
We don't cheer for second place losers. Either you win or you don't.
Dallas hasn't appeared in the Super
Either
Bowl
you
in
win
30
or you
years
don't.
How
Did you
gonna
win
tell us
it?
about
Did you
appearance?
win it?
How you gonna tell us
No,
about appearance?
you didn't win it.
Okay.
We got more appearance than y'all if you want to do that. We got more Super Bowls than y'all if you want to do that. Like, come on, don't do that. He has an
giving up
appearance.
140 more.
Dog, he's on a hot seat.
do that.
Sirianni's on the hot seat, and you know it.
He's
I can
he's
call like 5 Eagle fans
he's
right
not.
now, and they can tell you the same
No,
shit.
he's not.
He's on the hot seat, dog.
he's not.
Let y'all lose this week.
No, he's
Well, I'll
not.
be talking to you next week.
He's not going to lose,
Okay.
first of all, but he's not on the hot seat.
All right.
Cool. Okay, so after the Eagles and Giants, we have the 2-4 Las Vegas Raiders going at the 1-4 Los Angeles Rams in LA. So
Vegas.
yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to the Raiders. It just looks like the Raiders are carrying.
You know what? No.
I'm going
I'm
Rams.
going back Rams because Cooper Kupp is back.
I'm going Rams.
Cooper Kupp is back.
I'm still gonna stand on my square and go with the Raiders. I believe they're gonna be coming in ready to rock. So y'all two got the Rams.
I got the Rams.
Raiders. Okay, next up. Okay, that was the actual start of the 4 o'clock games. The next 4 o'clock game is going to be the 1-5 Carolina Panthers against the 4-2 legendary Washington Commanders.
This
In
dude
DC.
just said legendary. Like,
Legendary.
come on, man, stop playing.
Jaden Daniels is a legend.
Yeah, he a
already.
beast. I can't take nothing from the young boy. He's nice as. That's what happens when you got a coach that pick his team and they pick the quarterback together that they want. But yeah, I'll go with your command hoes this week.
Oh, you see the hate? You see
Yeah,
the hate?
it's hate. I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna wear that shit on my chest. I hate them Eagles. I hate them command
man picked the
hoes.
Giants.
And I hate you. Damn right. It's either Giants or it's a division game. One or
I'm
the
going
other.
to pick the Commanders.
I don't want to pick. I don't want to pick
I
either.
love it.
I don't want to pick either or. What you talking
This
about?
game, if they show the game, it's only going to be on for 15 minutes before they show us something else. Because you know the Panthers, are they going to bring Bryce Young back?
Probably. They have to.
Yeah, they ain't
Bryce
got
Young,
no choice.
Bryce Young gets to come back and play more football this year.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Because they only won one game.
That is true.
What is their future with it? Like while we're on Carolina, where are they going? Are we lit into drafting him for a quarterback?
No. It's you
Panthers
got no
need
right.
everything.
Right now, they don't. They need everything, dog. They need. He don't have.
We're in the draft for a quarterback if we're high enough and it's a worthwhile
because
quarterback.
because it's the Chicago still owns that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They still own that pick, so you don't want to
Boy,
be.
stop playing. They don't
Yeah.
get the Panthers pick and get this
Yeah.
number
Yes,
one.
they do.
Yeah. They
so
gave
if
up
the
two.
Panthers
They
wind
gave
up
up
with
two. They gave
so
up
if
two
the Panthers
first round
wind up
draft
with their
picks.
number one pick again this season.
Yeah. They go to Chicago like the
Boy,
Chicago
Chicago
last.
pulled the fleece of the century.
Yeah. Let's see what this will happen.
So
And
you're
gotta-
telling me that the first Carolina Panthers pick is Caleb Williams,
Yeah, it is.
and the second pick.
Yeah, and the second one was the Washington receiver that they got, number 9.
Well, then, no, you're saying they haven't even got the second pick yet. Then
They gave
the second
up-
pick going to be this year coming up.
Did you? If you look at the game when the Panthers played Chicago, they listed they got Bryce Young on one side. And they listed all the draft picks that they gave up to get that number 1 spot.
They have DJ Moore, who's balling,
Mm-hmm.
who's Caleb Williams, who's balling.
Right.
Like,
and they got the wide receiver, and they got the other wide receiver
so
out of
you're
Washington,
telling
and
me
they get
that's our
next.
team. That's the Panthers team out there,
Pretty much.
in Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, so next up, it looks like I foolishly said the Vikings were the only undefeated team in the NFL, forgetting about the Kansas Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
Yeah,
Because they
City
cheat all the
Chiefs.
time, and it's hard to remember that they're undefeated.
Yeah, 5-0. And they will be squaring off against the 3-3 49ers in San Francisco.
Go ahead and give me
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs. They're going to cheat for them.
Yeah,
they're going to cheat for them.
Yeah, they got
like they're going to cheat for the Chiefs. I hate the.
I'm going 49ers. I'm a buck there.
Oh,
I'm gonna go to 49ers.
I mean,
because they insane.
That was another
eventually.
Pick.
That's not emotional. Because because the thing about it is, it's hard to go undefeated in the NFL.
Yeah,
it is.
This is one of them games. The only reason why you
one of their tougher games.
Yeah, only reason why I say it's possible because Andy Reid is damn near undefeated after a bye. So they in San Fran.
You're 3-3. You need this win.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, San Fran.
And you lost to him to 2 Super Bowls. You lost to him.
Damn.
Yeah, don't change my mind. I'm going Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm going Kansas City. That's
fine.
Rasheed Rice, fresh, her everything. I'm still going Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's just something about like.
I mean, this is a given, bro.
I'm not going to say it's a given because it's still the
49ers.
Niners.
They're missing some players.
But
McCaffrey still not. He hasn't played all season.
And then it's like
Greenlaw, he's out.
The Chiefs so good. It's not like their defense is like that great or anything.
Who?
The Chiefs defense is
Their
not like
defense
they're overwhelming.
Them niggas are balling out. They the reason why they're undefeated. Matter of fact, let me change my pick to the Chiefs. The Chiefs defense is balling out. Real talk. I mean,
that was another emotional.
It wasn't emotional.
Like, make up your mind.
Hold up, bro. We're sitting here debating about breaking it down. You feel what I'm saying? I just came back and said Andy Reid off a bye is nearly undefeated. And this is going all the way back when he was with the Eagles.
So you going with the Chiefs?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
And then when I just said, when you just sit right here and said that their defense isn't balling, I'm like, they the reason why they undefeated because of defense. Mm-hmm. Chris Jones is playing out his mind. He letting the world know why that damn that money they gave him over the summer was worth it.
Interesting. Okay, so then after that we have the 8:20 game Sunday night, which is going to be the 2-4 Jets against the 4-2 Steelers. Steelers, of course.
Because they're gonna insert Russell Wilson.
They are.
Yeah. And
didn't they win last week?
Yeah, but the reason
you're saying that Pittsburgh's going to play Russell Wilson this week.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because on my fantasy, I got Justin. Hey, look. I'm gonna tell you how real it is because they have the insight on what's going on.
How many points does Russell have?
They score over 20 points because
No, I'm saying how many points they got Russell Wilson slated.
Oh, like 15.5.
Oh, then he started.
He started. He started.
He started.
He took first team reps, and the reason being is NFL Live. They show the game that they won. They show how many passes that Justin Fields didn't throw the ball downfield to the receivers and stuff like that. So they leaving plays and points on the field. So you got Wilson coming off injury. See what you got. If he bombs out this week and they lose, you go back to Justin. But you got to find out. Yeah, you have to. You have to.
Because see, now you're playing a dangerous game, yanking and then putting back in. Like, we're going to yank Justin. If Russell,
well, the thing about
I don't like that. Like, let Justin run until it's like.
But this is the reason why. This is the reason why I believe the conversation was had because Justin Fields came out of his own mouth and said if he played better, then this quarterback competition wouldn't even be nothing.
What's Pittsburgh's record?
4-2. They in the 2 games they lost, it wasn't really on him.
I don't know if you mess up this chemistry, and it might not be a lot of chemistry, but you're 4-2.
Right.
You're 4-2 with the game.
But did
Dallas snatched away from you? You could have been 5-1.
Right,
Dallas snatched that game from
right,
you.
but did Tomlinson ever came out and said this is our starting quarterback? No, he hasn't. He never said that. He's always left the door open that Russell has
because Russell's the name. But
no, I don't think it's that's the case because
you said before you said that you brought Justin in. Because we always knew Justin was going to get the job. It's Justin's job.
Yeah.
It's Justin's job. Russell is this year. That was really it.
Yeah, but
next year the quarterback controversy was going to be can Russell get the job from Justin. This was Russell's year.
Yeah, but since they're 4-2, and like I said, it's a matter as of right now. The reason why they're gonna see what they have because they got him for the cheap. You feel what I'm saying? You got your Super Bowl quarterback on the cheap. And his injury put in a quarterback that you can still get. Obviously, they're going to sign him to a contract. How much is a different story. So this is the reason why they're going to Wilson right now is the perfect time to go to him, because the fact of the matter is you get to see what you got. Justin is not pushing the ball down the field like how he needs to because he's playing too cautious. And that's what they've been highlighting from the last game. He had at least 4 plays, receiver was open down the field and he was gun shy, didn't want to pull the trigger and let it go. So this is the reason why they're going to see what Wilson got.
Saying, I hope they don't, because
they're going to. I told you on the fantasy, they got him 15.5.
If you go to Russell
Fields
and Russell
0.
loses.
Yeah. But the team had an understanding of this, though.
If Fields lose, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Then I can go to Russell. But if you start Russell and we're going to, and we lose with Russell starting, oh man.
But see, the difference is, though, this is where you guys understand your coaching, you had the heartbeat of your team. Tomlinson has had this conversation with everybody on the team to let them know what was going to go about. Now, we all know if Fields balled out, the conversation is closed. It's nothing
Let
to
me
talk
ask
about.
you a question then. And I'm gonna ask Dub first.
Go for it.
As a teammate, you come up to me, this between me and you, who you want starting?
I would go for the veteran.
You're going Russell?
Yeah.
You're going Russell?
Yeah,
I give him a shot first.
I'm saying they come to you this week. We're
Right.
playing the Jets. And like
The groundwork was laid out to the
so
whole
you want Russell
beginning.
starting too?
The ground, yeah. I want to see what he got.
Justin Fields still in there.
But see the thing, but see, this is where you're making. If for whatever reason, right, Russ Wilson doesn't work out, we know what Justin can do. We gonna back him 100%.
But he gonna be pissed now because
No, he's
y'all
not.
with the Russell punk
I
ass.
just explained to you, Fields out of his own mouth.
Nah, don't come at me now. I was here. I was in here. We're
But-
4-2.
but
And now you're getting ready to bring Russell in when we're 4-2.
But if he balls out and don't leave plays on the damn field, it's nothing to talk about. He left a lot of plays on the field. That's the reason why Wilson is getting this consideration to start to see, because he's not pushing the ball down the field.
Russell Wilson get consideration because he won a chip. That's why he get a consideration. If he
Okay,
had a
but-
chip on the day, he wouldn't be getting no
And also,
consideration.
and we just got finished talking about having a reliable. We just got finished talking about having a reliable quarterback to push the ball down the field and get it to your receivers. That's why George Pickens, their star receivers having problems because he can't get the ball to them as much because they don't have a quarterback to push it to them. So when you got a top end diva receiver and they can't get the damn ball to him, that's why he gonna lash out the way he has been the past couple of years. So it goes back to what's being said. He left a lot of plays on the field, pushing the ball down as far as getting his receivers involved. If he does that a little bit more, Wilson doesn't even get talked about. Your play dictates what goes on.
We're 4-2.
That doesn't matter. You're 4-2. You're 4-2.
Russell is washed.
You 4-2.
You get ready to
You're
tell me you get
4-2. You're 4-2 because of your defense. So your quarterback, he played good enough not to lose the game.
We're thinking about bringing in the washed, the might be washed.
Why he washed?
quarterback.
He had no. If you look at his stats, his last season at Denver, they was good. He had over 25 touchdowns. He was under 10 interceptions, and he was over 50%.
Were the Broncos in the playoffs?
No, but
Okay.
that
We're thinking about a quarter.
I
Do
just
we
said
think
stat.
Russell's washed.
No, I don't think he's washed.
Think Russell's washed.
I don't think he's washed, but I definitely don't think he's the Seahawks Russell of old.
Well, see, the Seahawks Russell it was run first, then pass.
Yeah. Marshawn Lynch.
The second year, when they had opportunity to fucking win it, they didn't want to give Marshawn Lynch the ball. They chose to pass first, then run. That's the reason why they lost the damn to New England.
That definitely plays a part.
Exactly. So again,
I want
Russell
Justin.
plays in the system. When he plays in the system, he wins. when you try to put it all on him for him to do,
I see what you. I just want Justin. He's younger. He's the future. I don't want to.
I got you.
Like,
but if you
especially
leave,
if Russell come in and then we lose like the next two, and I'm like, well, why leave and bring
because
Russell
the thing about it is, if you're unable to push the ball down the field like you need to, then that makes it harder for your run game. And if it makes it harder for your run game, that means Thompson looking at this might be his first year that he has a losing season ever in his tenure. You feel what I'm saying? So they got a 4-2. Let's see what if Wilson plays up to his capability, and let's say they lose. As long as they don't lose big, yeah, he stays in. If he plays bad, yeah, Fields come back in. You got a former Super Bowl quarterback on a cheat. You got to see what he can do.
Yeah, I'd give him a shot. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna choose the Steelers. Yeah.
Because Wilson playing.
It's going to be hot in New York, boy, after they lose this one. It's going to be hot if they lose this one.
Right.
Oh, is Adams playing this game?
Yeah, he playing.
Okay.
Adams playing.
Okay.
It's going to be hot after they lose this one, boy.
It's gonna be interesting.
Okay, so that rounds out the games for Sunday. Now for Monday night, we are going to have two games. The first one being the 4-2 Ravens at the 4-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay.
Ravens.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. After they took it to my squad last week, I know they're the real deal if they beat the Commanders.
That was funny. That was funny. But go ahead, we gonna let you ride with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I got to go with the Ravens because, yeah, for them to defeat us, they've got it. It wouldn't surprise me if I see them in the Super Bowl against us.
The Chiefs
Beltway battle.
The Chiefs are still in the AFC. Like, but okay.
I think they get them again because they could have won it the first time. I think if they get the Chiefs now, they'll bust their ass.
Yeah.
Because they really find a role for King Henry.
Officials want to be on the field. Okay, then they ain't busting the Chiefs' ass. If the officials are out there, they're not busting the Chiefs' ass.
Oh, yeah, I'm going with the Ravens. Hassan is going with the Ravens. Who are you going with?
I'm definitely going with the Ravens.
So it's Ravens all the way.
I'm definitely going with the Ravens.
And the final game will be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday, and it's going to be the 3-2 Los Angeles Chargers at the 2-4 Arizona Cardinals in Arizona.
Chargers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chargers on that one. I don't really think there's going to be much.
What you call it out? Isn't Marvin
Harrison Jr.
He out like whatever.
Well, actually, on the they got him questionable because, like I said, that fantasy, people be thinking that fantasy, they know the intel and stuff. So I knew, like I said, what's the name, Fields. He's my starting quarterback, and he had 0 points. I had to change him out.
He ain't starting.
He ain't starting.
If he got 0 points, he ain't starting.
And look, and Devontae, he had the hamstring. He had 0 points. And when he got traded, hell yeah, he almost got 14. Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know they started.
He started.
Cool. Well, that concludes week 7 of the NFL of 2024.
Can we just say real quick how quick this season has flown by? We're 7 weeks into it.
It's almost halfway there next week. After next week. So, yeah, this has been a very fast NFL season, but very much worth it.
It has been.
Of course.